I hope I sound pretty good. If not, sucks to be you. You got to listen to bad audio, but it's H-Rap show, so you're used to bad audio, right? With that being said, man, I got a little bit of everything on the docket today. I got NBA, I got NFL, I got an injury in MLB that's gonna hurt the number one Chief Rocker jersey, Vern Master Blaster. And when he hit this, he gonna have to
sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
as well as the homie Jungle Brother. They are New York Yankees fans. Along with Joe from Houston, Aaron Judge, add him to the injured Yankees list. It's going down in New York, but man, they are going down. And I got my main man, that dude Shaka, in the building. Much love to my brother. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, people. Bad. And Judge goes down like a $2. Never mind. And then I got this week, I got the Supreme Court this week. I ain't do it last week. These are the best players in the playoffs. These are the guys that I would start my team with. If I had a team to do over, I would start with these guys and these guys only. If you don't like it, you know what you're going to get.
Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
I ain't accepting no feedback on my Supreme Court this week. So, with that being said, I ain't even upload the Supreme Court sound effect, but who cares? Because if I did, it'd be
Embarrassing the family. He's your cold mother.
exactly. With that being said, man, holla at your boy. I'm finna kick it off. It's the End of the Bench Podcast, X Squad Radio, in full EFFET. I have started some nonsense in the background. Cut that out. My production team has lost their damn mind. Who told them to do that? Rail Scott was live on Facebook. I don't know how that popped up. With that being said, man, I'm gonna be a man of my word. Sucks to be that, but Tuesday show. I got Ben from BS3 in the building. X Squad affiliate. I misquoted Mr. Wood by saying said he was embarrassed. He said he didn't like it. And because I was wrong, I'm man enough to say I was wrong and say, hey, he didn't say he was embarrassed. He said he didn't like it. So if you are loud wrong, you need to be equally loud apologetically. And if you're not, why am I criticizing the people in mainstream media? Because when they're wrong, they just say, oops. And I'm not going to do that. I'm H-Rap B. That's how we get down. And somebody tell Chris Webber that that's a whack ass style. But anyway. With that being said, I got that out the way. Apologize to Mr. Wood for misquoting you. I was going to throw a little caveat in, but when you throw a caveat on the end of an apology, you just become a jerk. And that's just the bottom line. If you throw something on the end of it, you're just simply a jerk. And I'm jerk enough. I don't need any additional jerkitude added to my jerkitude. And I'm going to leave it right there. Apology to Mr. Wood. Sorry. You still not come to the barbecue, though. But with that being said, we have some racism in the NCAA. The longtime coach Sylvia Hatchell of the North Carolina Tar Heels, one of the greatest women coaches in NCAA history, has been relieved of her duties as the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, the Lady Tar Heels. The reason being due to racially insensitive comments and forcing athletes to work harder or attempting to work through injuries. This isn't acceptable behavior. And this leads me to another one of my mantras. I know you guys are tired of me beating this dead horse, but if this somebody make them glue, I'm going to beat them. This is another reason we need to send our people to people who potentially will have their best interest in mind. Imagine if all those players that made her a Hall of Famer were at HBCUs. We would have a wonderful situation. It is a situation to whereas if you start recruiting your own community, you will have better players. You have better players, you have better situations. I personally went to HBCU. There is a family, there was in the 90s, in the late 80s, early 90s. I can't speak for it now because I'm a piss poor alumnus and I don't really do a lot of alumni functions, so I'm basically a hypocrite. But besides the point, let's not get into how H-Rap is not doing what he says. At least he's not practicing what he's preaching. He's just soapboxing. Let's just do that. Pontificating, so to speak. But with that being said, this is, it's not an attack on anyone or any other community. It's just, this is why we need to put our kids in a nurturing environment. And if that is, being, going to HBCUs, I think that's the right way to go. It's a nurturing environment. It's a brotherhood. You create a brotherhood. You have friendships and things. You do the same thing at a traditional university. Don't get me wrong, but I do believe at some point we need to get back into loving on each other instead of just trying to love the collective. Because as you see, loving the collective has not been in the best of our. It's not been the best for our community. It's just a sad situation. And I'm not gonna put the N word on her because I don't know what she said, but you have to speculate that, and it's just a major situation today. I struggle with the usage of the word myself. One week I'm saying I'm never going to say it again, and then I end up saying it due to force of habit. I'm sure a lot of people who will listen to this have the same issue, whether you're in my community or not. But actually, I got a laugh track. I'm shy on my phone, y'all. But it's a situation to whereas we do have to publicly watch what we say, because if people, for whatever reason, feel that if you can say something about you, so can they. Which is kind of ass backward thinking, if you ask me. Why can't you say that word and I can't? The same reason if me, you, and my brother are somewhere hanging out and I call my brother a dummy or a dumbass, if you call him that, me and my brother may beat you up. I can call my brother, my sister, my mother name, and you can't be like, yeah, my wife or girlfriend or whatever. But when you do it, it's out of bounds. The same thing goes. The same flavor happens with anything else. So when people ask me or say, or I see in interviews, why can you say it and I can't? Same reason you can do a lot of things at your house that I can't. You can drink out the Kool-Aid pitcher at your house. I can't. Same thing. Same theology. So with that being said, let me get out of the dark ages. We are gonna move forward. So hey, I'm liking this phone thing, man. That's okay. I hit that by mistake, to be honest with y'all. But with that being said, man, it's a sad commentary that we live in the 21st century, and people are still throwing around racial slurs. And if you are a coach, for a second, let's be serious. If you're a coach, why not treat your players like you would want someone to treat your kids? And you may be saying some things that you think are motivational, but I wasn't big on that in my face thing. Me and my uncle, who's a big time athlete in his own right, we fell out when I was 16 because I ended up quitting the team due to the paddling and the in your face. Look, I ain't need all that, man. I'm going to work hard. My whole thing is I ain't want to be embarrassed. I understand some players respond to that, but it's just like with your children. Your child, one of your kids may respond to a kick in the behind. The other one may just respond to yelling. The other one maybe you can just give them a look and they straighten out. So as an adult, as a coach, as a leader, as a pillar of a community in which a coach should be, how do we get to this point? Sorry, I can't take no calls this week, man, because I'm using my phone. And I don't know how to use my phone and do the damn thing. So, looks like sucks to be y'all. Y'all have to hear me yammer. And I'm going to have to do a better job at reading the chat this week. But with that being said, I'm going to leave old Sylvia where she is. Hopefully, she wakes up and then smells the coffee. I started off the show with a little baseball news. Aaron Judge, right fielder of the New York Yankees, one of the better players in Major League Baseball today. He left the game due to injury. I don't know how severe the injury is, but I want to get into something else in regards to baseball. Baseball is a sticky situation. First and foremost, you ask people from my community, why don't you participate in baseball? And then you have all these smart ass guys standing around trying to tell us why people from my community are not participating in baseball. How about this? Go to my community and ask some people why they're not participating in baseball. Let's just be honest, man. Baseball has an ugly history with race. And I'm not gonna be foolish enough to believe it has trickled down to the younger generation. But when you have all these idiotic traditions, unwritten rules, and things of that nature that put shackles on excitement and behave in a certain way, just look around the world. People who look like me, whether they're part of the Latino community, whether they're part of Central America, South America, the Caribbean, Africa, we are an excitable bunch. We rejoice. And when rejoicing is not part of your game, you are going to have to adjust the way you see things. My brother, being from BS3, baseball is boring as hell, not flashy. Hey, well, it looks like being from BS3 jumped in and slapped somebody around immediately. You know what, Ben? You know what? And that's another thing. From the outside, being a baseball fan, it is, you know what, baseball, I would equate it to drinking beer. Everybody don't drink beer. You could be a raw dog, not an alcoholic, but a lover of alcohol, adult beverages, and hate beer. I got a homeboy named Chris. Shout out to Chris. Happy birthday to my brother Chris, and the homie Kirby, Big Juice Alexander. Happy birthday and happy belated birthday in the building. What's up? As I was saying, Chris, for example, he loves alcohol. He loves brandy, he loves gin, he loves vodka, but he does not. Chief Rocker, don't drink no Chief Vodka. Don't tell him baseball is boring. The thing is, Ben, it's like an acquired taste. Let me see. Ben said, if you go, it's great. If you go to the game, it's great. But you to watch baseball, have to be a baseball fan to watch it on TV. I truly agree. But that's what I was about to say, Ben. I think baseball is a game that you must learn how to watch. Baseball is the only sport outside of golf. I'll say golf and baseball are in the same ilk. When you watch baseball, I believe you have to either be rooting for a particular person or you have to have civic pride behind it. It's definitely a regional game. Most sports fans won't watch the San Diego Padres play the Colorado Rockies. If you're from California, Southern California, or if you're from the great state of Colorado, you say Chief knows deep down that baseball is boring. And Chief Rocker, you suck. I ain't say that, Chief Rocker. I was just saying, you my man. Chief Rocker don't drink no Chief Vodka. I like that part too when he say that. But I believe, in order to truly enjoy a baseball game or a game on television, you have to focus in on one person. Like the women who are my friends who go, how do you watch baseball? And he like, we're about to hang out. Hey, let me watch this last little bit of this baseball game and we can go. And they've been at my place and go, hey, what is this? Is so boring. But okay, how about this, Ben? You in the state of Texas. I can't think any Texas Rangers. But let's go back 8 years when Josh Hamilton was the man and he was down there at Texas Rangers killing it. So I think this is how I got the lady friends that I have. No, sexual. They're just people I grew up with. People got mad love for. No girlfriend stuff. But they come over to the crib and I tell them, of course it won't work with you, but I say pick out the cutest guy on either team. Chicago White Sox or the Cubs. The guy that you think is the cutest. If you start rooting with you, it'll be the dude who's the best. You start rooting for that guy. And then you start rooting for the guys around him because you want to see him excel. And then at that point, you're engaged. Because then you realize it's a chess match between the batter, the catcher, and the pitcher. And then it's another chess match when you get on base between the catcher, the first baseman, and the second baseman, and the dude on base, along with the batter, catcher, the pitcher. Then you get caught into